I know.
Yeah.
How many things can you pack into a day?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Oh no.
I had a client. One day that I sent an email, they gave me a link. Right. He's I don't know. I was saying. You didn't wear your ass.
But I'm a big fan as well.
I need you to. Gotta organize. Gotta love it. I get them all the same. Yes. So we have to. Yeah. At my house, they're always like, my kids are always like, I'm like, okay. I'm gonna have to my tag.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But
I'm gonna try.
that's
all these out.
this that one right there is no, this yeah.
That one's hurt. That's fine.
Oh, she needs a really tall. John Bentley, he volunteered to be the first. Oh, he did. Yeah, he did. Okay.
JP, they're on you. They're on you, JP.
Are you just
Yep.
Yeah, John, you volunteer.
Did you lower it down enough? For me?
These ones are not the same.
I don't like my legs doing that.
No, we're gonna have to come like this. Oh, you did that. Okay. Even it over the back.
Hand out let them pass it around.
Yeah, we should pass it around once they know what it is.
Yeah.
No, I have to go. No, it's.
You guys are so.
Are they? Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of.
So, I gotta go like down and play all those games. The day goes like.
Sorry. I'm just waiting for everybody to call me.
It's Thursday, you tell me.
Was it in? Somewhere, but.
Those boots and-
Alright, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and get started. Everybody's kind of still sitting down, but we're gonna start off with, we have a new affiliate.
Okay.
This is the Garage and Closet Solutions of Central Kentucky. This is Tony and Butch. Tony. Yeah, I really like it. I'm not Butch. And I'll let them take it away, okay?
Well, good morning.
Yeah.
Still morning.
Still
Yeah.
morning.
At Garage, we have been at, we started this about 7 years, a little over 7 years ago. And we started out in garage specifically and only. Helping people, and people ask, what do you do? We help homeowners take back their garage. And you're driving through the neighborhood and you see a 2-car garage and you see 2 cars in the driveway. Yeah. It's a pretty good, you get a pretty good hint as to what the garage is being used for. And I've been in garages where I actually couldn't walk around. Thank God for that laser tape. But, and we help people get it off the floor and on the walls. We offer, overhead racks and we'll hand out a packet. Everything's in the packet and I'm going to show you, walk you through it. The overhead racks, typically most popular spot is over the garage door. It's suspended from the ceiling. Most people use them for seasonal type items, Christmas decorations, they're light. And then we have open shelving for the wall, and they can be mounted at whatever level you want. And then typically we have slat wall underneath it, and slat wall, there's about 40 plus hooks, accessories. You can hang virtually anything from it. It's extruded PVC. It's rated for 100 pounds per square foot. Everything, I tell people, everything we do is industrial strength. The open shelving, inverted shelving, it's powder coated steel. It comes in a linear 4 feet section, but we can tie them together. We've done garages with all 4 walls had inverted shelving up high. And it's got a melamine shelf. It doesn't have a wire shelf. And it'll hold probably 750 pounds. And we've stacked them. So we have a shelf at maybe around 60 inches and then another, say 90 inches. So you can, it's very flexible. The slat wall, we cut it to fit. So around windows, round doors. So it's a very nice product. And then to top it all off, we do the epoxy flake flooring. And I got some samples here. We can pass it around. Let me look. The epoxy flake floor, there's nothing that enhances a garage more than the epoxy flake floor. And the practical side of an epoxy flake floor is that the flake gives it some texture. So when the floor is wet, you're less likely to slip. Concrete is slippery. If you do a straight painted finish, it's going to be slippery. And then we take it an extra step. We put a clear aggregate in the top coat. And the secret to a long-lasting floor is we grind the surface, so you get the epoxy, a good clean scuff surface to adhere to.
Even on a brand new floor.
Oh, brand new, yeah. So it's and then once we grind it, we do any repairs. There's usually pitting or some cracks that maybe we didn't see, and sometimes there's cracks that you do see. And it's some of these floors are awful, but anyway, so we fill in the cracks or pitting. We'll let that dry, and then the next step is to epoxy the floor. We do it in a gray or a tan and it's really just there to hold the flakes in place. And then there's endless combinations for flakes. A popular one here is UK blue. It's blue, black, gray, white. Very nice. And then grays are in, obviously. And so our marble is very popular. And this one is Dolphin Pearl. It's a little lighter, but it's got a little taupe in it, as well as black, white, gray taupe. So, and so with the aggregate in the top coat, it gives it just a little bit more grip. We warranty everything we do for lifetime to the original purchaser. And then actually, some people just don't want to see it. They've seen enough of it, so they want cabinets. They want to be able to hide it.
The things behind closed doors.
Yeah, closed doors. And the cabinets come in a variety. different dimensions, depth, width, height. We do combinations like a work area, tall cabinets, base cabinets, sometimes with just one drawer or three different drawers. And then a workbench, slat wall, and then upper cabinets. Bless you.
We have got colors. And the cabinets too available in different colors, and one of the really popular combinations is to do a silver and black. Or black and white for the cabinets, so it can really look stunning. especially
Could you
if it
pull
complements the
our
color.
website up on one of these? I'm gonna show one of the jobs we did.
Please
pass you,
Tony, sorry.
It's funny, we were talking about the floor, is that the floor is really easy to clean.
Good.
With those, like, I could that fiber mop and the water and put some pine sol in there, and every once in a while he'll say, hey, you wanna clean the floor? I go, "You go ahead and do it, even though it's so fast and it's so easy. So it's really nice that it's, easy to maintain, and not only looks good, it's less slippery, it's complements, and most people try to match also the color of the flooring, the flakes with the wall.
No.
We need
Good
garage.
color. So in our case, you've got
It's-
beige, because our walls are kind of a cream,
That was it. You had the right widths and garage and closet solutions
And then some-
of Central Kentucky.
on
Yeah.
the talking,
Okay.
a lot of people do like to work in their garage,
Website.
so they do like to work.
That's-
You
that's
do
it.
install a lot of work into sometimes.
Go to about
Or potting, or, they're a creative type of person.
and go down to the
Just
bottom.
The epoxy, just the flooring, is that an option to do just the flooring?
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't advise it because the floor is gonna be slippery. Just an epoxy,
No. Do you do the flooring only?
No storage, just.
No.
Do the floor.
no, we do both.
You do both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do the. Yeah, we
I like
storage
to go
and
back.
cabinets, and, yeah,
So if we hired you, we would have to get the cabinets in order to get the flooring?
No.
Oh.
No.
Actually,
that's a great question,
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
No,
And
Um,
every homeowner's situation is
Okay.
different, which is, I'm just gonna digress while you're.
Yeah.
I used to go with him on a lot of the calls, and it's so much fun because they are so eager, they know we're coming. They know kind of what we have to offer, and in some cases, they've gotten on the website, look at some colors for floors or cabinets or whatever. So it's really nice, and I'm sure this happens to you all the time too, as a realtor, they're expecting you, or they're eager to get their home. It's just a nice relationship to have with a customer, a homeowner.
Big
Just
gallery
similar to what you all do.
for pictures.
And of course, every garage is different. as far as-
Pull up right on there.
That's a big deal too,
Okay.
as you as well know.
sure.
Having to make the garage, because the garages aren't the standard, two by garage,
That's
is
it.
different, widths, depths. And sometimes it's a 2.5, 5.
Yeah.
3, whatever. So we physically have to, see, measure the garage, probably
Mistake.
in detail of, what they're really.
And I'm not, why don't you try it? That's left-handed, I'm not.
It's okay, is this what we want?
Try it.
I got.
And so you always went to the back, let us up.
Okay, are we looking at the gallery? Photos?
Keep going, keep going.
Madison,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
the flooring. The
They're
epoxy.
going good.
Where you want me to?
For some reason,
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for birches.
Oh. You can go with the ends.
This website, you guys, is Garage and Closet Solutions,
CKY.
EKY.com. Rosemary, so if you wanna go check out the epoxy, and then it looks like you can schedule a consultation, right?
Yes,
On the
yeah.
site?
Yep. We,
Yeah,
once Tony answers the phone to or any inquiry, she'll schedule the appointment. I do most of the consultations. And what sets us apart is once she makes the appointment and gets all these contact information, I send the homeowner an email that's got all of our insurance information, a little bit about us, the team, our in-home organization, our garage organization, and go into detail on each product that we have. Our philosophy is to treat the homeowner the way we would like to be treated when we're a customer. I mean, it's simple, and we hear stories that are just unbelievable. They don't show up. They don't show up. You know, they look like they're from the Pirates of the Caribbean. It's just, but anyway, once I get in there, obviously I'm going to measure the space, but everything we do is based on what they need. I tell people, my role in this is to help. I'm going to provide you with the information you need to make the best decision for you.
Is there a fee for the consultation?
Pardon me?
No,
Is there a fee for
no
the?
charge.
No.
But what we're gonna
And
do,
then, go ahead.
just want me to I just want to reinforce, we're gonna give you a packet. But we don't want to give it to you now, because you'll all be looking at it.
Now,
But we'll give it to you.
everything, and I'll go through this packet, everything's in there that we would provide the customer. There's a cover letter that kind of describes the cabinets, the shelving, the overhead racks, the flooring, all that. And then a flyer on each one. But anyway, what was I? Oh, so once we're finished, because I want the customer, I tell them, I want this this is your design. I'll design it the way you want it. And then I provide them with a 3D PDF file that shows what the garage is going to look like once we're done. And a proposal that lists each line item. And so, and I tell them, this is preliminary. This is what we're starting with. We can change anything. We can delete it, move it, change the colors, whatever you want. We want it to be right. When I leave, it's yours. And I don't want you to be happy. I want you to be elated. One of my favorites, I don't want a happy customer. I want a fan, because fans will go further for you,
You need to have the room a little bit. So you need to wait.
Oh, okay.
No, you're great. So we're gonna have you guys come back in at the end and hand out the packets. And then, well, does anybody have questions?
We have a lot to talk about, so you just have to tell us how much.
Well, we're gonna do our panel and
Okay.
then we'll have you guys pop in at the end.
Okay,
But does anybody have questions for them before we're just gonna take a pause? Cause I want them to be able to go through that packet and they want to do that at the end.
right.
Anybody have an immediate question? Okay, so you guys hang
All
out.
right.
We'll do our
Yeah.
panel. We'll put you right back up again.
Little stuff.
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you guys.
We'll be
You guys,
back.
these guys sponsored lunch for us. Can you give them a?
We gotta go
The
with
thing
it first.
that I love that he just shared was he, that he doesn't just want people to be happy, he wants them to be elated. Which means they're working really hard to get great service so that they can probably ultimately get more referrals, right? So that's the key, right? That's the key is similar to your business. So, okay, we're gonna keep going. Because we have a panel for you guys today and I want you guys to get lots of time with your panel. So, birthdays this week, we have Scott Turner and Sarah Nichols. So if you guys wanna shoot them a text, I don't think they're in the house today. But let's do a couple bucket fills. Who wants to fill a bucket? We have time for like two. Yes, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, good to see you.
My name's Houston. I haven't been to one of these meetings in a little bit. Last time I came, attendance was fairly low, so I just want to fill everyone, thanks for showing up. It definitely makes, I know you all feel better whenever you see a lot of people in attendance. And yeah, hopefully you'll just get some good information today, but yeah, just thanks for being here.
Thank you for being here, Anne.
So,
Thank you very much. No, I'm just kidding.
oh,
Yeah, Bill Rose is back there. All right, anybody else have a bucket? Yes, Donna.
I'm gonna have to fill Brittany's bucket. I got a new listing that I was not able to do the open house and my daughter wasn't able to do the open house. And so I called Brittany. And she went above and beyond with this open house. And I did not have steak. And she had just bought steak to put the lockbox on and let me use her steak while the house was stood. Well, she just took it down. But anyway, I just wanna say, she went above and beyond. And I would trust her to do any open house.
Okay, we're gonna keep going. I wanted to share these numbers with you guys. They will be on our website, which I think are just super helpful in validity and knowing kind of where the company is, if you need that backing in your presentations. 2025, we closed around 1,200 units as a brokerage for almost $400,000, 400 million, right? In sales volume, closed sales volume, gross commission income over $10 million. I wish you guys didn't have a cap. No, I'm kidding. You guys have a cap. So you kept most of that money, and we had over 60 agents join the company last year. This one on the right is just our family of companies. So if you want more data, more statistics, you can use that in your conversations, again, for validity. Those of you guys at Ignite today, we talked about knowing your numbers and having those numbers in your conversation. So just wanted to share that with y'all. Okay, so the meat of our meeting today, what we wanted to get to is your ALC, your Agent Leadership Council, your Associate Leadership Council for 2026. So you guys go ahead and come up. Who are we missing? We're missing a couple of people.
Like that.
There's
Yeah.
No, you do share. We're not gonna like that. Okay. So, I wanted to give you guys do have an amazing leadership council. This is honestly like the best that I've seen in this brokerage in a long time. And what I'm really excited about is, well, when I say the best, we've had really good ALCs, but this year we pivoted on how we're operating, and it's really more about what they're passionate about and then leading the charge in the direction of things that they want to grow in. So I know from personal experience, like, we're gonna have better success, better engagement, and better leadership for you guys if these guys are leading in their passion zone. So that is why, for me, I think it's gonna be an incredible year. So,
Real quick, too, we've
Yes.
got a lot of new faces. Do you want to touch on briefly for those that may not have familiarity with what the ALC necessarily does, what you
Yeah.
think that'd be quick? Just
yeah. You wanna do it, or you want me to?
Sure.
Oh, sure.
Talked about speaking to your time. So is everybody familiar with what the ALC is? I know there's newer faces, some. Let me see just a general. So probably less than half. Okay, that's fair. So before we tell you about what all we're gonna do, let's talk about why we're doing it, right? So the ALC stands for the Agent or Associate Leadership Council. So as you all are well aware, this company is built by agents for agents. So in the spirit of that, we have committees that Tara has allowed us to have some flexibility from the normal structure. I don't think we've had any of these communities we're having this year in the past. So it's a new opportunity to engage with the agents who we're in the office with. So leadership team does a great job giving us a lot of resources. We're aware of that. That's why we're all in here today. And on top of that, to have, we'll call them small committees or communities like any big church or any big organization has, that's your ALC, right? So there's things that we can talk about and work on together that we can take to leadership, whether it's things that we want to do more of in the market center or with one another. So we'll walk through what our committees look like, but this is a chance for our agents, those of you who are here and also other agents who are not here who want to participate in those, to meet monthly. Consider it a small board, right? Has anybody ever sat on a board like for a 5K or a nonprofit, something like that? Very similar within this, except you guys are going to help us shape what we're doing inside of the market center with each of us who are going to be the chair of that particular committee. So, that's just a quick and dirty. Is that a fair
I
assessment?
think it's fair, yeah, and the other thing is if, you know, we're in a pretty good sized brokerage, so this is an opportunity for you to rub elbows with, honestly, these are agents in our top 10%. So if you've ever sat around and said, man, I'd love to get some time with Sheridan Sims or Oksana or Destiny or anybody up here, this hour block a month is your time to be in their world, talking about a passion and something that they're working on. So, you know, I wouldn't miss the opportunity to get in these spaces. And I think some of these guys are going to each other's because they also want to be in each other's spaces. So, yeah. Anybody have questions on ALC? This is also your voice.
Are we missing any?
Yes, we have, Samantha's not here and Ashley's not here, but we'll talk about their committees, so you guys know all the committees. Samantha and Janet co-chair one committee, okay? So who wants to start us? I'm not gonna make Janet start us. Who wants to start? Sherry, okay, let me give you some Sherry stats. Cause I printed some stats. I wanted to do a little bit more on this, but I didn't have a ton of time. So here's why they're here and we wanted to share with you. They're going to share the vision for their committee, what ultimately it's going to do for you, how you'll benefit by being in that room once a month for a year, and how it benefits the whole agent community. And they're going to talk a little bit about things they're going to be doing in that group. And I think we have 4 or 5 minutes per person. So they'll share. If you guys have questions, you can ask them. The goal is that you decide which committees you're going to be on, because the committees start the 1st and 2nd week of February. So this is kind of to see how good they are at recruiting you to their vision, which is what we practiced or worked on at ALC Clinic. But I want to give you some stats on Sherry because she's leading us off. Sherry is outpacing the Central Kentucky market by 131% on her closed sale volume. It's pretty big. And she's outpacing on closed units by just around 60%. Her average sale price is up 44%, and price per foot, close to list price, all of that is rising. So for all intents and purposes, Sherry is outpacing the market in her personal production and business.
Well, I'm not used to being up here. I'm used to having my back to you also. I'm a little uncomfortable, so. I chose that my passion is wealth building, and I do that because that is exactly what I've been focusing on for most of the last decade. And I've learned a lot, and I've basically been involved with some people that know how to do this on a very high level, and they've given me the opportunity to learn from them. And I just feel like that it's really a good thing to share with everyone, because we know a lot about how to do real estate and how to sell and make commissions. And then we have all this money, hopefully, that we don't know what to do with. Basically, you know, we're trained on how to build wealth, but what do you do with it once you have it? And so there are things that I've learned that will help me for the future, because the next thing you start worrying about is what about my retirement when I don't have the ability to make the income, or when I want to retire. I want to be able to do it at a level that keeps me in my lifestyle, and that I'm not worried about what's going to happen if I have an illness or something like that. So you all probably heard a lot of these terms. How many people know about infinite banking? You've ever heard of it? Infinite banking.
Thanking.
That's going to be the first thing we're going to talk about, and we're going to learn how to be our own banker and not have to go to or rely on the bank to protect our money, because quite frankly, your money is not protected at all. If you have money in a bank right now, it is very dangerous that you're not going to be able to keep it long term. That something catastrophic can happen and the bank can decide to take your money because it belongs to them, not you. So that is the main thing I want everybody to learn about, is infinite banking. So that's going to be where I'm going to start. And the next thing is once you have
I mean, everybody knows what a 401k is. They know what retirement is through their business. Has anybody heard of a solo K?
Or what?
A solo K. So a solo K is basically where you control where you invest your money. You don't pay somebody else to invest it for you, and you're not dependent on them. And you're also protected by lawyer tax basis. Or your tax that you income tax that you pay. And you're able to use your money and keep it flowing where you never spend it. You're never paying it out. It's always there and available to you. And there's lots of things that you can do with when you have a solo K, such as you can invest in your own money and borrow your own money from your investment account to buy a real property. You don't have to go to the bank and pay their interest rates, and you can, when you sell property or you have money, you can put it into your solo K, and it, like I said, it protects you from other institutions that are basically using your money to do the same thing that you can do through your own banking. So that to me is something that I think everybody should know, but very few people ever learn. The other thing is, we will also be looking at investments where we pull our money if we want to do that. And I have a vehicle to do those things in that make a lot of sense for long term. Everything that you do when you're talking about wealth building is not short term, it's long term. You got to build out your wealth where when you're 70 or 80 years old and you don't want to work, that you still have money coming in. And it's there for your use. There's other ways of investing your money besides real estate. You can invest in mortgage notes. It's a great tool to do, and you can do all of that. You can do with real estate in nuts. Same concept, which creates passive income, which is what everybody should be striving for. Is some way to earn passive income. The real estate investing model is already in the millionaire real estate investor that Keller Williams has out there, just like the MREA. And you can use those principles. And then one of the things that I want to talk about is what the Bible says about it. Once we have the money, how do we store that money the way that the Bible instructs us to? That might not be something that anybody's interested in, but it sure makes a huge difference on how you perceive money that you do have.
So every month, Sherry will have a topic on wealth building. She shared 4 or 5 of those. And we'll put that out, like what the topic's gonna be, but you can come to that committee and you'll get to deep dive in with Sherry. All of these guys are gonna have guest speakers, panel. I mean, they're bringing you the information in a variety of ways, I would say. But that is our wealth committee. Okay, so if you're interested in that, make a note. We'll have a sign-in sheet. But we start 1st and 2nd week of February. Anybody have questions for Sherry? No? Who's gonna go to wealth committee? There we go. About 10 of you right there. Yeah, I like it. Okay, next up is Oksana. Let me see. Let me get you a good stat for Oksana. Oh, Oksana's sales volume is up 1,020% year over year. And her units are up 599% year over year. So she is.
During the time where most people complain about being. A lot of people are complaining about being flat.
That's right, yeah, and I will say, and she would tell you this too, Oksana generated all of her own business. So she lead generates and she prospects for business every day. And went from like 0 to where she's at in a couple of years. So, yeah, we asked.
Yeah,
her-
it's interesting, but yeah, she's right, I generate all my leads, I prospect for like 2 or 3 hours, we should all be doing that. One way or another, but before I even tell you what I'm gonna talk about during the ALC, I just wanna say that, this broker, I've been through a few, and I'm just so impressed with all the tools and all the resources we have, and let me tell you, it's very hard to find. Or very hard to do on your own. Before I joined Keller Williams, I was like figuring all this out. And one of my goals for this year was, okay, I need help. I can't just build a good foundation without having all the tools and the resources I need. And yeah, I can figure out on my own, but it's gonna take me longer. So I need a environment which provides all of this stuff that I need. And but I guess kind of thinking about, and then Tara came into my world and was very persistent enough. But anyways, I did not know that Keller Williams was what it is today. I always thought this was a training brokerage, and let me tell you, was I wrong? This is a business foundation brokerage. Should you use it to implement, whether teach you, and you reach out to the people that you need to reach out, everything is laid out for you. You just gotta implement it. So if you want to grow a solid business, you're at the right place. I have to say that. Yeah, I need to say that. And I'm passionate about luxury. So my committee is going to be about luxury and how that entails and what that covers beyond the price point a little bit too. We're going to be a structure of the trainings, I guess, the workshops. It's gonna be every month. Our workshop is gonna be first Thursday of every month. I want to say that I get that right. I think so. It's gonna be an hour, and we are going to talk about mindset, your process in luxury. First thing we're going to be like kind of discussing is the mindset. What I've learned, because I had that kind of mindset. I was too new. This is my third year in real estate. I cannot do luxury. Bull crap. It's only a few more dollars, a few more zeros after that number, and you all can do luxury if you believe you can't do it. So I've read maybe I can do this little homework. Top secrets of luxury agents, and every single one, most of them said I didn't do luxury sooner because in my mind I was incapable of doing luxury sooner. So if you see it, you can do it. So we're going to be discussing about mindset and how to help you get over that limited belief that you cannot do luxury. And then we're going to talk about how do you show up as a luxury agent, even when you don't have the luxury listings yet. It will happen. So we're going to be talking about pressing and showing up with those goals and results that you want to have in the luxury space. And then we are going to be showing you how to convert this luxury listings and how to get these clients out there and how to talk to them like if you're talking to a $300,000 listing. They're no different, let me tell you. My highest ticket clients are actually easier to deal with than the lower price range. You know, they're not scrambling the $1,000, $5,000. Numbers are bigger. Negotiations are a little easier. They're easy to talk to. It's just getting over that, limited belief that we can do it. And we're going to be giving you guys a little bit of homework so I can keep you accountable and make sure that you are doing the things that I know it's going to help you. And it's going to be, so one of the things I wanted to mention, you don't have to be doing luxury to kind of be in there. We all are going to learn and grow together. So everybody's welcome. If that's something that you're passionate about, come to the committee. It'll be fun. We will have guest speakers. So I'm going to family reunion this year. I'm so excited. I'm going to try to get into those luxury classes so I can bring a lot of the good stuff for you guys. So we're going to hopefully invite people that are not here locally that know luxury that can come and kind of talk to us about their experiences. We are going to be touring luxury listings, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to learn and grow together, and hopefully everybody wants to join.
Love it. Okay. You guys are going to be a part of that committee. Yeah.
I know, I feel like I'm gonna be on all the committees.
So far, it's fun finding that out.
Yeah, people like work because I just want to be on the ALC. All the things.
Okay, let me say just quick.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Destiny, her business is up 128% over the MLS in units and volume. Her average days on market is half of what's happening in Central Kentucky, which is pretty cool. And her price per foot is more than it's almost $25 more per foot. So she's listing to sell half the time, getting more for bang for the buck.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited about this committee.
Hard.
Just work hard.
He's worked hard.
Yeah. All right. Tell us all
All
about it.
right, sorry boys, you guys can check out for a second. I am doing the Women's Entrepreneur Group Committee. And so this one I feel like is a little bit different than anything we've ever done here. Our committee will be agents here at our brokerage, but we're gonna do a lot of things I'm inviting women outside of this office to come and join our group. Before I had to make a lot of money, I owned a little bar, gym studio when I was still a kept life. And it was my most favorite thing in the world because that's kind of where I discovered my real passion was building women up. I feel like overall in general, people think that we have confidence and very, very few of us do. And the ones that do it's not even real. A lot of times it's fake. And there's nothing more powerful than a woman who is truly, truly confident in all the areas of her life. And once you really tap into that confidence, it just rolls over into everything. And so that's kind of my mission, is for not only us here in the office, but to branch out and make this a much bigger thing where we're inviting women entrepreneurs from everything. I've had so many people reach out to me from all the different things and when these women are reaching out to me, the feeling that I get are these are all women that they are entrepreneurs, they're doing things, they're doing great. But if they just had that little bit more like spark and that little bit more, girl power, which comes from confidence, your business grows, your family flourishes. So that is my mission. I have a lot of things planned, a lot of, like everybody else has said, guest speakers, women that are doing kind of what we all want to be doing, and how did they get there? What are they doing? I've got a girl coming in that is trained on teaching you how to step into your power and your confidence and kind of what that looks like. And so I am super pumped because when I had to start working really hard, I felt like I had to really tone myself down to not offend people. And so it's one of the things that's really, really bothered me the last few years. I feel like I've not been my true authentic self, to where now I feel like even for me, I want to find that confidence again. I want to find that girl again who's not afraid to kind of be vocal and speak out. And maybe with a little bit of a muzzle in some areas. So I remember during COVID, so had to call me once a week and be like, we're gonna need to talk about that social media post today. Yeah, and so after that, it's for me, it was all or nothing. I was just F it. I'm not gonna say anything about anything ever again. Anyway, so I think for me, this is I am kind of finding what really drives me and what my passion is, and that is I know the difference in the destiny with no confidence and whatever, and the destiny with confidence. I know, and so I want to stay over here, and I want to bring other people with me and just see what all we can do together. And I also think through that turns into then a lot of networking, and you're finding other women that you kind of click with and vibe with, and then they start giving your name out, potential clients type things. Anyways, it's gonna be a lot of fun, and we're all gonna feel like boss bitches. You guys can get through. Yeah.
I'm gonna be a boss, bitch.
I feel for you. Sheridan Sims. Business is up around 70% over the local MLS. You guys, Sheridan runs one of the top teams in our real estate brokerage. And if you don't know this, he has been a team leader, and he was known in his team leader seat for being all about the models and systems. He is a Keller Williams models guy. And that is one area that I really see an opportunity for us to grow, getting people back on the track of hiring executive assistants and scaling their business and thinking like business owners. So I was very excited when Sheridan offered to lead MREA models and team building as his committee. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so through 11, 12 years of doing exactly what you guys get to do, I've realized that the only thing I want more of is time anymore. And there's usually two ways to get that. You can pay for it, or you can try to create it by sloughing out other things that take it. So by no means an expert in it, but I've messed it up every way that you can. And I keep subscribing to people who are way better at it than I am. So the idea behind the MREA models, but also the team building, is really a goal for getting more of my time back, right? And that looks different for everybody. It may be, I need to hire my first assistant, or it might be, hey, I've got an assistant and it may be time to bring somebody into my world to help work alongside of me with more of my front facing business as opposed to rear facing administrative business. So not to dive too deep into the weeds, but the great news is, like Oksana nailed, all this stuff already exists. All the playbooks, all the models, it's all there. My goal for the committee is to take it down and whittle it down into little bite-sized chunks that meet you exactly where you're at, whatever that journey looks like, as far as whether you're at a certain production level or another, it doesn't really matter. The main goal is wherever you are striving to aim towards for what you want to do this year, carving out a path that gives you more time, but also more ownership of what you're doing with that time and where you're taking your business. So, we won't talk about anything sexy, but in my mind, models and
I
systems
think
are pretty
so,
sexy.
Because it makes us money and that's sexy. Yeah.
I might be a false bitch after all. But I think the big thing for me is we're gonna talk about how to take very applicable things that you probably already know and streamline them in a way that they make sense, not to put carts before horses, not to get distracted by shiny pennies. How many of y'all get an email or a text message once a week, once a day? Not offering you PPO healthcare plans, but offering you some new lead, right, or a referral.
Yeah.
Joseph calls it accessories.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of those out there, right? And I feel like what Tara and I have talked about, the biggest opportunity inside these walls and outside of is just getting right down to making our business it's repeatable. And my team probably gets sick of hearing me say it, but I want to make my day as boring as possible. And I mean that in the sense of I wake up and I know exactly what has to happen today in order to move me closer to the goal that I set for myself. So we're going to talk about how to make boring sexy, and it's going to be fun. There's going to be people that can come in and talk about different levels of production, maybe a key hire that they made, and then really taking these models that seem grandiose or maybe like almost too simple and really making them applicable to wherever we're at. So we'll get more information out about when we'll be meeting, but that's the goal of the MREA Models and Team Building Committee.
What do you guys think? Right, John Bentley leading our growth committee. John's business is up, kind of everywhere. It's up in some places, not up in others, but we're working on that. But I will say, John just hired his executive assistant.
Hey.
So we gotta say kudos to that because he was at a ceiling and we're ready to bust through that ceiling. So tell us about your vision.
See, my vision for my committee is to create an environment where agents feel connected, elevated, and inspired to grow both personally and professionally. And this will, this will empower agents to lead a better life for themselves and their families. See, our meeting is going to be at 1 o'clock on the second Tuesday of every month, either here or in the conference room. All right, Harry's, if I can get
I
a hold.
thought you were gonna say like that. Right, yeah.
Yeah, Harry's or Drake's, whatever, yeah, you give me your card, right? Same thing, we're gonna have, guest speakers and everything. One way I'd like to grow agents in the market center is to, not everybody knows about your, downline, what it consists of, all the things, like you can will that to, your kids or whatever, so it doesn't end, gets to end eventually. I'd like to have two of the main ones here in the market center that have a pretty good downline, Jesse Kerr and Donna, to come and talk about that sometime. And let's see. And I want to have, we're talking to somebody about bringing somebody in for to teach us about AI, whether or not you're going to use it or get left behind, ways it can help you grow your business. And that'll probably be crossed over with social media and storytelling. Okay, because we're gonna have ones where we cross over, you know, like y'all were talking about earlier. Like to have a couple of happy hours, and invite. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like I break all the time. And invite non-Keller Williams agents. You know, and show them that Keller Williams isn't just about training, you know, we play hard and we work hard, so, yeah. Help you grow your downline, all that kind of good stuff.
Okay. I'll say quick here before Janet shares. Ashley's not here today. Ashley Spencer is leading a committee on social media and storytelling. They will be, as I understand, actually shooting videos in the committee meeting that you can go out and market. So you're gonna come in, she's gonna have a topic before you arrive, you're gonna come in, you're gonna do the activities together, and then you're gonna leave with that in hand. And she's focusing all social media, how to tell your brand, how to tell your story, and how to do it effectively. So she'll have same thing, guest speakers, different activities. Did I miss anything? I know you talked to her first.
Yeah, she was gonna talk about how you could prepare yourself to even be able to edit it ahead of time.
Oh,
Cause I know that that's a block for a lot of people, they're afraid of that editing piece. And so she's gonna teach how to use some of that software to make it more seamless.
Yes. Yeah, she's gonna have you download, I heard her say like download CapCut and some of those others, so you'll get to really learn how to do this and get into those habits.
Yeah.
So that's Ashley's committee. All right, culture queen. Hello, this is Janet. Janet, do I have your numbers? I do. Let me just see what I can share. I don't wanna talk about Janet's numbers. Janet is, I'll give you a couple, then I'll just tell you why I love Janet. Janet's sales price is up 47%. Her average sales price, he's 125,000 over the local MLS on average sales price. It's up 76%. But I love Janet Wigington, and actually she was the first person I invited to the ALC, and it was because of who she is. She is, you are NLP certified? She's an NLP practitioner. You guys hear me talk about NLP all the time. She sees the potential in people. She believes that they can create their own reality, I guess. And she has all the magic. She's just one of my favorite people. And if you don't get to see her very much, because she's not here every day, but if you do, you will walk away with some kind of profound thought. Yeah, so love Janet, and I just basically told her, I don't care what you do, I just need you in the ALC.
Well, I jotted down here that I promise there are people in this market center who believe you can do more than you would even consider, and I know this because they are here for me, and I believe this about everyone, so you kind of nailed it. Like, you have thought that of me, and, you know, had other people encourage me, and then I do believe that of anybody. I believe people need to hear what they're capable of, because we have so many self-limiting beliefs, stuff we've just gotten stuck in our head from wherever, childhood, culture, etc., or a previous failure. None of it means anything. None of it means anything, because you start today and create exactly whatever you want to create. So I love brains, and I love system resets on people, a complete factory reset sometimes if somebody wants it. And bring the best parts of you forward, and take the stuff that has reached its expiration date and just. And that's what I want to do. I think part of that is failing forward. So we celebrate a lot in the market center. And we love to be celebrated, so that's great, but we don't talk a lot about our failures. And I took an OSHA class last week for safety. And almost everything that they teach in OSHA is based on some failure or death or injury. And they are teaching people how to stay alive. So why would we not focus on our failures in order to learn how to do things better? So much shame around it. I've had transactions, but you know, I've made $50,000 in a transaction. I've lost 4,000 in a transaction, like anywhere in between. I will always talk about the good. I'm not gonna go say I did this, this, and this, and I messed this up, and it all went to crap. I'm gonna stew on it for months. I'm gonna think about it when I lay down in bed at night. Every time I see somebody that looks like that woman, I'm gonna get angry and say, oh, this lady's still stupid. So I think for our monthly meetings, I would want people to come in and we will look at failures, frustrations and things of that nature. And we will brainstorm with each other. And I mentioned that, earlier. I was like, what does that look like? Does that look like a class? She's like, I don't know, but so many times I have thought about real estate, oh my gosh, I could write a book. And I was like, that might be a great idea. Like if we all kind of journal out each week, come out with your frustrations, we make notes. How do we dig in and find out what happened? We can always say, it's this person, that person, and we will always have nightmare clients, we will have nightmare co-agents. And a lot of times, we're actually the nightmare. Because there's something we're not looking at about ourselves that created that, whether it's ego, whether it is knowledge that we didn't have. And I think when we get really serious about knowing ourselves and our weaknesses and our strengths, then we can start to walk into a transaction and know that we can handle it. You will be able to go to bed at night losing a $50,000 commission on the last day, and you can feel good about it. If you can have a transaction of that size, $50,000 disappear from your pocket and lay down at night and go, I did the right thing and I did everything I could to make it work. And I'm standing in my integrity and I've held true to my values because I know what my values are. Then we've succeeded. Because a market center full of people like that won't get burned out. They just won't. Because you can always feel good about what happened, no matter what it costs. And that is so important to me. It is so important to me to be able to go to bed at night knowing that, like, I'm good.
Janet's leading our culture committee. Yes, with Samantha Beth.
Yes, and Samantha's doing the red day, the giving, volunteer.
Events, if you like to plan, decorate, anything that's gonna create community and culture will be encompassed in the culture committee. Community service, giving, KW cares, and all of that, integrity, white horse CHTs, MVVVP, all that is gonna be happening, and also just living your best self, being your best self.
And those go well together, because you love yourself, you're standing in your values. When you give and you go do the volunteering, the red day, so that helps you feel better about who you're good with. So I think those just. Together. I'm not a good planner. But I think they go well.
They do go well, yeah. Okay, so culture committee, you guys excited?
Yeah.
Yeah? On the sheet, I'm gonna just go quick through these slides and then you guys, will y'all do me a favor? Our sponsors are still in the back. We had to give them a pause, but please go up to them before you leave and ask them one question about their business and how it could help your business so that they feel excited and honored in that. Tonight is our Valentine's Day getaway giveaway. It starts at 3:00 here in the Market Center. More than 30 of you guys registered. We're gonna bring a snack to share, a drink, I think, whatever. We're just gonna be hanging out for 4 hours. There's only one winner, so we are doing a pop-by workshop for Valentine's Day in February. These pop-bys are gonna be, they're $40 for 25 pop-bys. And we are gonna do the succulents, they're little mini succulents in baskets, and they'll have a custom branded tag for your business. So we just need you guys to RSVP. We need quantities of 25. And then how you guys were at the Simmer Pot workshop? That was really fun, right? So fun. It'll be set up the same way. So we'll have all your kits out. You'll come in for a couple hours. We'll probably have wine and charcuterie. You'll assemble them. And you'll walk out with all of your Valentine's Day pop-bys for your.
When is this?
I think it's I think it's like I think it's a Tuesday or Wednesday night, the week of the second week of February. It's gonna be like 5 and 7. Yeah. Madison will get you the date. So, and that's happening tonight. Our Valentine's Day giveaway. Training calendar is out for January. Ignite is happening right now. How many of you guys were in Ignite? One session down, 19 to go. We got a lot done today, so we'll see y'all at 9 tomorrow with Jack. Family reunion tickets are still available. I would not be surprised if they sell out. They're selling out of all the ancillary, the extras right now, but it's gonna be an amazing event in Atlanta. Next week, we will have Maps coach, Rob Gaines on our call, our all office call, to talk about wealth building and how to get started with wealth building. He's incredible. He teaches weekly wealth building in his local market, and he's gonna be our guest for next week. That's all I got. Okay, anybody, what do you guys got?
I do wanna ask.
Yes.
You told me when I came and joined that, like, joining Keller Williams, like drinking from a fire hose.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely right. There's so much out there and there's so many resources, but you can do it piece by piece. I mean, we will all love to have you in all of our committees. If you can commit to all of them, at least commit to one, it's gonna help your growth in your business. If anything, let's say the goal is too big and you can, it seems too far. If anything, it's just gonna give you, Rosemary, the confidence that you are kind of waiting for to get you to that next level. So yeah, even if it's just one, it doesn't have to be I would love it to be fun. But it could be, Destiny or Sherry or Karen. But just join one, just little piece by piece. I know KW offers a lot, just tiny bites at a time.
Yeah, they're an hour once a
Yeah.
month, so, you know, you guys can come in, participate in one or more. But we'd love to have you in the communities and, you will grow and learn from these community leaders, so. Okay,
Thank you.
we got it.
Are we doing, I got Becky. Are we doing this?
Want to tell you how excited we are to be a associate member.
Yeah.
We are so excited to have you back. Yeah.
Now, we got one question.
Yeah.
Has anybody in the room, when you've sold a house, had the customer ask the question, do you know anybody who can help you with the garage? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you know somebody. So what we're gonna do, you're gonna, like, to the back and then,
Yep.
and you'll pass it over, or we could just.
Yeah.
I'm so, yeah, something that was like. You're not gonna take them out, but you can show one right now.
Schedule for consultations, can you come up right to the day? I have kind of a lead time.
It's generally.
Oh, okay, there you go, so what you Yeah, I'll definitely get you guys contact. One of those? Yeah, we're on fast.
Well, I wanted to get through it.
Okay, yeah, this is good. I have no idea how many times I've had people make that when it's stuff in the garage.
Oh, yeah. And then he's gonna share one more quick thing on these.
I want to kind of go through it. This is a cover letter that we send to prospects that outline what we do and what we do. This is our garage postcard. This is our in-home organization pamphlet. And when I send out an email, I always include our in-home organization catalog, which is 40 pages. And then this is flat wall, which is what you see down here underneath the shelving pad. And there's about 40 different books and sections. It's great.
And what are the plates made out of?
They're plastic, if you will, you know, kind of a synthetic material. Anything looking. Here, they just keep elbows back. What's this? Business.
My husband really wants to do a lot.
The,
And yet.
So.
you know,
Always.
all right, there we go. My card's in, my wife's card, anything, any questions? Okay, great, thank you.
I got a question.
Sure.
You make Tony do all the heavy lifting?
She's actually the boss.
I figured that.
Yeah.
I know, I've been married for a while. I know how that works.
And once in a while, she lets me be boss, because I gotta do what she says.
That's it's just to make you feel good.
Yeah.
A little bit, just a little bit of sunshine.
No, when she's sitting down there and she was like, and say this.
About, good be, we're glad to have y'all. all. Read about that. Hey, we forget. Like it's like people. We can reach out.
Madison has agreed to send out the follow-up email. Which is exactly what you saw. It's got all of our attachments, our insurance information, meet the team, garage, in-home, everything. Because I know,